Preparing live stream.
Wow.
Setting up your YouTube live.
What the fuck am I gonna say? I don't even know.
Well, you're gonna.
Well, Ultra Bridge, you're
in?
the one who wanted to talk about those motherfuckers.
Yeah. I don't know, because we just talk about these old legacy bands all the time. It's like we never talk about
we got to do
shit.
something new once in a while.
No, I agree with both of you guys. I mean, truthfully.
Here we go.
It's time for Red Salad Review with your hosts, Wayne Moon, Greg Narlo, and Lou Maddox.
Welcome to Red Salad Review. Can you hear any of my sounds?
Why is your delay?
Delay?
Oh, never mind. Never. Okay.
No delay over here. Oh, hello, Manny. Hello, Stan.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Stan.
It's good to see Manny back.
Well, I was back. Wasn't I back last week?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
we talked about Queen's fucking Reich. I just bailed out in the middle, and Al, legendary Al, took over. So,
yeah.
When are we doing the other half of Queen's Reich? Are we done with that?
Not next week, but the week after.
Okay. Well,
yeah. That's gonna be fun.
You will bring that same guy back, the guest that you had.
Ken, I don't know if he'll. I don't know if he will. I don't think he's listening.
I don't know. Well, he seems like a diehard fan. That's why I say
he is, but he only likes the Jeff Tate stuff, and you know, as after those albums, he kind of like grew out of. You know, he doesn't really like Queensryche. You know, after those first 5, really. So
see, I do, but I'm not going to deny that their strength is in the albums we just talked about. You know. Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. I'll see if he wants to suffer listening through those. And that's 6 albums. I mean, we might have to shorten.
No, let's cut it. Let's cut that. I mean, the last 5 we could breeze through. This one, I got a feeling one album is gonna, especially if Greg's on, it's gonna be nothing but pure hate for 20 minutes on one album. So
it should be a quick show though, regardless. Why does it look like I froze?
I don't know. You don't look frozen. So
YouTube looks like I froze.
So Stan, my understanding is you wanted to talk about Ultra Bridge.
Something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about these new hip bands that these kids are listening to today very often.
It's listening to.
Is this some sort of hip music that I don't understand?
What kid is listening to fucking Ultra Bridge?
I don't know, some kid in their like 30s, 40s. I don't know.
Oh, well, I actually like Ultra Bridge, but a question for you two cats, you two kids.
Yeah.
Did you guys like Creed? Either one of you? Were you guys Creed fans?
I hate Creed.
No, and you hated them?
Yeah, I don't like them at all. I can't listen to them. I've tried. We used to listen to stuff at work all the time, and one of the guys, 2 of the guys there, they love Creed. They went to go see their new tour recently too, and we were listening to it. I'm just like, man, this is stuff I heard on the radio. I didn't like it on the radio, and I don't like it now. I don't like it. It's just not for me.
It's amazing that freaking tour is like doing like killer business too. That reunion tour, yeah.
But I never got into it. But you know what? The funny thing is, Scott Stapp, he joined that band. The one with Bumblefoot.
It had Scott Weiland in it.
I just put the CD away. Art of Anarchy. And
I never heard any of that stuff either with Scott Weiland. And I'm a big Stone Temple Pilots fan. And
they're very good. Both those 2 albums are very good. They have another album out with a new singer. That one seems okay. But I, for some reason, the one that Scott Stapp did, he sounds really good on it. He doesn't have that like Eddie Vedder type voice still, like he did in the beginning, and he sounds really good in that album. But I just can't get into the Creed stuff.
And what about you, Stan? With Creed?
Never got into them. Like I hear people say like, that the Alter Bridge is just Creed but with a different singer. I don't fucking hear it. I mean,
I don't
I
hear that
think
either.
Alter Bridge is like more heavier, more
Yeah.
technical, than Creed. Like I just
I'm
don't.
gonna. I agree with you because I do like Creed. I don't love Creed. I don't believe in guilty pleasures, if but if I did, Creed would definitely fall under that because Creed is one of those bands that I like, and I'm almost afraid to say I like because it seems like it's the kind of band that uncool people like that don't like that think this is heavy metal or hard rock. Creed.
It's like admitting you like Nickelback. People are against, especially metal fans. Are like, if you like Nickelback, you're an idiot. It's pretty much the same thing. Nickelback and
Yeah. I mean,
Creed.
I'm not a Nickelback fan, but I do like Creed. I think I like Creed because actually, Stan, you mentioned it. They were kind of like grunge light, if you think about it. They kind of had that sound, but it wasn't. But it was radio friendly, where I don't think Stone Temple Pilots or Pearl Jam or Soundgarden or pick your alternative rock grunge band from that time. I don't think they went for radio. Radio went for them. Where I think Creed were influenced. It's kind of weird that the first band to be influenced by those kind of bands was Creed. Yeah. And Creed sold like their second album, I think, is Diamond in the United States. That's crazy. It's like
Wow.
10 million or something. No.
And it's just every time I heard it, I had to instantly turn it off. Every time those videos always came on, I'm just like, man, you know what? Because I hated Stone Temple Pilots too when they came out. I'm like, man, this is another clone of freaking Pearl Jam and Stone Temple Pilots. And I love Pearl Jam, which is funny that I don't like, didn't like Stone Temple. Now I'd like Stone Temple Pilots, but I couldn't
just
take
the
another band
vocals,
that
right?
sounded like them. It's the vocals, it's the music too.
Because like for some reason, like these guys really love the whole,
The
tongue
mumble,
backwards kind of sound, like
which is fine, but only Pearl Jam. Because you even notice Scott Weiland changed his vocals too. After like the fourth album, he started, or like maybe the third album, he started singing different.
Yeah, but those guys were heavily influenced by Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
The difference is that Jim was better at sounding that way than those guys are, because but I agree with you. Scott Weiland found his own voice. I don't think he sounded. I never thought Stone Temple Pilots sounded like Pearl Jam personally. To me, Pearl Jam was a classic rock band disguised as an alternative rock band. To me,
it was all just getting lumped into like one thing. It was just all part of the grunge era, and I was just getting sick of it.
But Stan, I do agree with you. Alter Bridge, even though it's the same members with a different singer, I don't think they sound the same. I think Miles Kennedy is a different kind of singer. He's a different kind of songwriter. And personally, I think he writes better lyrics, where I think Scott Stapp tried to be earnest and inspirational and all those things I hate.
We don't need that in metal. Positivity.
No. Well, you can be positive. You don't have to be a freaking, wearing a tampon to be positive,
So. All right, Stan. Well, you wanted us to talk about this Alter Bridge album. So, when did this come out?
I think last week.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
or maybe 2 weeks ago.
Right.
I don't know, but
and this is the same titled album, right? It's Alter Bridge.
Self-titled, yeah.
Self-titled.
Yeah, what's up with that bullshit? They can't come up with a title, these bands nowadays.
I mean, usually you do it for the first album, right? I mean, even Megadeth, they got a self-titled album.
On the last,
I blame Genesis. Genesis did that like in 1983, like in the middle of their career. They called their album Genesis.
I guess you could
and it's a great album, but god damn, come up with a title, you sons of bitches. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, like every other Alter Bridge album, like they've been working with the same producer, who also worked on Mammoth, which we talked about way back when, and that's like my main issue
Who's the producer?
With this, what's his face? Michael Basket,
Basket.
if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But and you know, like they stuck with him ever since. You know, I think the first or second album or something. But the problem with that is that like everything has been sounding the same
Okay.
as a result of that. Like, you know, when you look at, you know, Iron Maiden, for example, like they had Martin Birch, you know, produce, you know, like all their like classic albums. Like each of those albums had their own, like, you know, what was sonically different,
Yeah, I agree.
atmospherically different. But at the same time, you could tell that it was still produced and mixed by the same guy. But with this Alter Bridge stuff, it's just, you know, like you just can't tell one album from another. And I'm thinking like, isn't it about time these guys just go out and try to explore a little bit more and try new things and, you know, experiment and stuff. And it's kind of getting like this production sound that they have, this sound, it just got stale,
Yeah.
you know.
He's been
And
working
I was
with
just
them
like,
since 2007.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It's just you know, and the thing is like nothing like, you know, hardly changed. You know what I mean? It's just like, and I just kind of wish that they would just like, you know, try new things and, you know, step out of the box a little bit. And you know, the performances, as always, are excellent. You know, Mark Tremonti is a fantastic guitar player. Miles Kennedy is a fantastic guitar player, you know, as well as a singer. And, you know, the other guys are great as well. So, um, I think with this album is that, you know, like I said, like that same production style is just fatiguing on the ears already. The other thing is that like I feel like it plays a little too safe. There's not much that's really memorable for me. Um, you know, and like I said, I think it would have benefited them if they were working with somebody else. Somebody who could bring something more unique out of their writing, out of their sound, because, you know, again, it just keeps sounding like, you know, the same shit, you know, over and over. Um, it just gets a little boring, you know, and the songwriting feels a little predictable too. Um, if you actually enjoyed, if you're like a big Alter Bridge fan and you enjoyed the other albums, you'll likely enjoy this one. I was just hoping for something different. I think it's about time they do something really different. Um, and it's, you know, it's definitely not on the same level of quality as, let's say, the first two albums, which I feel are, you know, their magnum opuses, if you will. But you know, great performances from the band. Um, you know, I mean, these guys can fucking play. And the other thing about this, like the production style, is that it makes like, you know, the band sound so huge.
Oh
Like
yeah, definitely.
like there's fucking layers of guitars, and you just don't know. Like there's two guitar players, but it sounds like there's like a fucking symphony of guitar players, and I can't quite tell if that's a good or bad thing. Like maybe it's just, you know, if it's an attempt to make everything sound heavy, or
It
but
just
but it
makes
may
it sound very full. I think it
full,
sounds good.
but maybe overproduced.
That's the kind of band they are, though. They've been.
I don't know if it's over. Yeah, but if you listen, it's kind of interesting because Creed, again, it's the same three guys with a different singer. Well, I think one of the albums they had another bass player because he couldn't stand Scott Stapp anymore. But you know, basically the same lineup. But those Creed albums don't have that layered guitar sound.
Yeah.
Actually, if you listen to it, at least the original, I don't know if they remix it on the greatest hits or not. I haven't thrown it on, but it's kind of surprising if you play it next to. A matter of fact, that's the thing. It's hard to believe that's the same group of musicians in Alter Bridge that are in Creed. Because in Soundgarden, not Soundgarden, Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave, you can tell those were the same guys in Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
The difference is they weren't doing the hip hop influence wasn't there because Chris Cornell, he probably doesn't have anything against it, hip hop. He probably even liked it, but that wasn't his background.
Yeah,
That was the original singer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only could he not do it, I doubt he had any interest in attempting to.
But
but
he did that other. What was that?
Oh yeah,
whatever it was called.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, it's like every artist except AC/DC has that oddball. I'm going to try something different out. That was definitely his oddball album.
It really was.
Sometimes I like it, and other times I loathe it. Depends how I feel when I throw it on.
I just pretend it doesn't exist.
Well, apparently so did most of the buying public. So.
But I like the way this album sounds. I think it sounds good. I like that, like you say, with all those guitars. It's like a big wall of guitar sound. I think it sounds cool. I think I like it.
I think that's their sound, though, isn't it, Stan? That that big wall of. Yeah, it's almost like the Phil Spector of hard rock, the production wise, because it's huge. You're right. It sounds like it's a big sound. I never thought about it, but you're right. I don't think I know another band that's got a sound quite like that.
Yeah, it's like there's like multiple guitar players doing different things at the same time, and sometimes like you're just trying to keep track of a certain part, and but yeah, I mean all their albums sound like this, and again like these guys can fucking play. I mean they are fantastic musicians. I got to see them live in 2007. They were awesome. But again, it's just, and there's some moments in here on the album that are, that they're known for, like these big, uplifting choruses, the like the heavy verses and stuff, like. But it just doesn't. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's just missing something, and and again, I feel like they sort of ran their course, with this production style.
Yeah.
Or in particular with this producer. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'm sure they love him. I'm sure, most fans love the whole collaboration and stuff like that. But for me, it's just that I just think that they should try something else. And because they're great writers, but I just feel like I'm listening to the same album no matter what. Like,
I get it. Because Halloween does the same thing. They've had the same producer since, God, for the last 15 years or more than that at this point now. And every album sounds the same. It's like, I need you to move on now. I need you to sound a little bit different. So I get it.
But again, it's like like using Maiden as an example. Like every fucking Maiden album sounded really sonically different, and yet you knew that it was still done by Martin Birch, no matter what. Like because it's just like and that's kind of like but you don't get that here. It's like every album, every Alter Bridge album just sounds exactly the same. But anyway, a couple of standout songs for me is like "Trust in Me," and I love the riff to on "Playing Aces." That's a great fucking riff. Yeah, like I said, like the performances are excellent. The songs are the songs are good. I just kind of like wish they started to like venture out and explore a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of the reason a lot of these. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Wayne.
No, go ahead. I was just fucking around.
Oh no, I was just going to say part of I think the reason a lot of these bands don't experiment. You don't make an album every 5, 6, 7 years or whatever ridiculous amount of. They're not the only ones, by the way. Now I get it. Miles Kennedy works with Slash. Miles Kennedy has a solo career, which is semi-successful. Tremonti's got his own solo career. I get that. And of course, he's touring with Creed. I think Creed is now a legacy band. I don't see them recording anything new. Which, by the way, when we get to the Megadeth thing, we'll talk about legacy bands and recording new material, which I think is a lifeblood of creativity. But, I think maybe that's part of the issue. It's not their fault. That's the way the industry is. We're back in the 70s and up to the early 90s. You record an album every year. And in the early 70s and 60s, late 60s, 2 to 3 albums a year, which is insane, really. But I think that also because you're still so close to the other material, you probably in your head go, I want to do something different, or I want to, and I think maybe that's the issue. Because you're right, Iron Man's a perfect example. Matter of fact, you can practically pick any band from that era. Even Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love. Okay, granted, that was recorded on a shoestring. We can I love that album. Shout at the Devil, Theater of Pain, Girls, 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 different sound. Now you can argue one albums are better than the other. I wouldn't disagree with you, but sonically they don't sound the same. You can still tell it's Motley Crue, Led Zeppelin. I don't know. But even legacy bands, like as much as I love Saxon and Judas Priest, their newest albums, I do love their later material, all of those guys. But in my opinion, and I hope Judas Priest and Saxon fans don't hang me, those albums musically are interchangeable to me. Yeah. Even I'm going to say it, My Hero Alice, other than the newest album with the original band, the 3 albums prior to that were pretty interchangeable. They were good, but to me, sonically, they didn't sound all that, different. You couldn't say, oh, this song could be on that album, that you could have mixed them up and nobody would have noticed on all of those.
Right.
What do you think, Stan?
What?
Hey guys.
Oh, hey.
I have one comment about something Manny said. I agree with you, but I think for Priest the exception would have to be Firepower, because I think that's good. That's as good as anything that they did in their heyday. I wish I could say the same about Saxon. I'm very happy that Brian Tyler of Diamond Head, I think now he's an official member of Saxon.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
But and as much as I love Saxon, it's like with their most recent output, I can't make heads or tails of it. But Firepower, I feel like, was the exception to the rule. That for me personally, I think it's as good as their classic material.
Well, I love Firepower. I think Firepower was probably the best one out of all of those. But I think sonically, it's not the. I mean, I get where you're coming from, Lou. Musically, song-wise, I think it's the strongest one out of the last however many. I agree with you on that. But I think the thing is, those classic Judas Priest albums or whoever, there were peaks and valleys to it, and I think bands feel like they have to be heavy all the time on every damn track. I'm not saying I want a power ballad. That was, that got ridiculous too, but I don't think there's a lot of peaks and valleys. It's usually artistically just boom, boom, boom,
Well, Scorpions ruined power ballads for me when like every other song was a power ballad in the 90s. I mean,
yeah, but Scorpions have always done ballads. Same thing with Aerosmith. The difference is Scorpions. I kind of agree with you. After Wind of Changes, they got carried away, with ballads.
Yeah, I just feel like the quality of the ballads went down after Send Me an Angel. I wasn't a fan of Woman on Face the Heat.
That's a great song. Oh my gosh.
You like it?
I love that song.
That
is an awesome song.
I'm glad you like it. I wasn't a fan. Alien Nation, though, holy shit. When they proved that they could go heavy, they really proved they could go heavy. So I will give them their props.
I agree with you on that, too.
But,
rest in peace to the bass player, by the way.
Yes, rest in peace to Francis Buchholz. By the way, I'm no longer the Silver Fox. I'm now the, I don't know what I am, but I had to do it. I was, some kid at the fucking park called me Grandpa. Fuck that shit.
You don't look that old.
I know. You know what? I know what you are. You're like that dude with the beards, the most interesting man in the world.
I was trying to think more of a chubby Tony Stark, but I'll take that too. Thank you. I am Iron Man.
A chubby Tony Stark. I dig it.
Thank you. Chubb Stark. Anyway, but
so Lou, what do you think about the Alter Bridge album? Did you listen to it?
I did. First of all, I just wanna preface this by saying that I don't I liked Creed a lot. You know,
For fuck's sake, this is not Creed. Stop with the fucking
I'm
Creed.
not coming. I can't, dude. If 3/4 of the original band are in this band, I gotta start somewhere. So all I'm saying is this: I loved Creed when I first heard them. Did I think that they were like a more overproduced Pearl Jam? All right. I mean, you know, Scott Stapp has a very odd singing voice, but that's him. But, you know, I prefer Mark Tremonti as a guitar player compared to Stone Gossard and Mike McCready. Just my preference.
He's so good.
He's amazing. The guy, and he can sing Sinatra. Did you guys know he sings Sinatra for charity?
He's great.
I didn't know that until recently, dude.
He's amazing at it, and like he does it to raise money for Down syndrome charities because his daughter was born with Down syndrome. Now, to me, that's virtuous in what he's doing because at least he's giving back to the community that to one that needs help. So I think that's wonderful of him. So you know, I didn't get the hate that Creed was getting, but like Limp Bizkit, at one point they were completely overexposed. Now, when they came out with Miles Kennedy as Alter Bridge in 2004, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that first album, One Day Remains, I thought it blew everything Creed did away. I was like, wow, I was not expecting this. This was not on my, bingo card for 2004. And I listened to that album religiously, and it made me want more. I think Blackbird was the next one.
That's an awesome album.
And it was good. It was a great album, but I for some, it didn't capture me. Like the albums from Blackbird onward didn't capture me as much as One Day Remains did. And maybe it's me. Maybe I've become the old man yelling at the clouds, yelling at kids to get off my lawn. Maybe that's what's happened. I don't know. But
I don't think so. I just don't think you liked it as much, dude. Come on.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna knock their musicianship. Shut up, Wayne. Ew.
No, not that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh crap, I'm frozen again.
No, we hear you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. Anyway, so I'm not gonna knock their musicianship. I'm not gonna knock their talent as performers or as songwriters. What I like about Alter Bridge is that they really separate themselves from what Creed did. Like they definitely fall into more like a Seven Dust type, like hard rock with a groove, borderline metallic kind of thing, which I can really get behind that, and people want to call that dad rock or corporate rock. I really don't care. I like what I like, and I have no shame about it. I could see myself adding a couple of these songs onto my set playlist. Silent Divide was a great opener. I thought Rue the Day was okay. Trust in Me was more along my my wave, but I have to admit, I think the song that actually impressed me the most, my favorite track, I gotta say, it's probably Tested and Able. I really dig that melody, and it's funny because like that was always a melody that I was chasing in my head. How could I get away with doing something like this? Well, I can't now because now I'd be definitely stealing from Alter Bridge, and I don't want to do that. But I mean, I think it's a good album. It's nothing earth shattering, but I don't think Alter Bridge wants to be earth shattering. I think they just want to preach to their dunderheaded fan base, which I'm just like, you know what? Well, I just because it's like I think that they all look like Mark Tremonti, except that they probably all have frosted tips in their hair and armband tattoos and whatever. But it's there's nothing wrong with that. They found their fan base. I like their music. I would love to see Alter Bridge in concert. at least once in my life because, you know, I'm sorry, hearing Metalingus from from YouTube on your iPhone is not enough. I want to experience that in person. You know, so God, they'll always be synonymous with Edge. I'm sorry, Cope from AEW. He's not Edge anymore from WWE. But no, it's a good album. I just I just I hate to say it, but I feel like this type of music for the most part, it's just it's past me at this point. Like I think why I loved One Day Remains so much was because it was the right place at the right time. You know, and at that point, you know, that's when like all the metal bands started to try to sound more emo wearing guy liner. So it was tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, baby.
So you know, it was definitely a welcome relief. But now I think they're just catering to their fan base, which is fine. I guess I'm not part of that fan base, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't go out and support them just so I could relive that feeling of the way I first heard them live in concerts. But yeah, I think it's a good album. It's just not where I would tell people to start with if they're going to hear Alter Bridge.
Right.
Interesting.
I agree.
What I think is interesting is Alter Bridge is huge all over Europe, and the United States are kind of, I guess, what, a second tier band over in the United States. Where Creed is huge over here, but overseas they're a second tier band. You know, I think it's interesting how opposite
it's a balanced paycheck for Mark Tremonti and Scott Phillips and Brian. Sorry, I forgot your last name, the bassist.
Oh yeah, definitely a balanced paycheck.
Nobody remembers the bassist names.
I remember it was Brian. That's about it.
He's not crying right now. You know what? He's at his bank account. He walks to the bank. Oh, they don't remember me while he cashes those back checks.
Yeah. How would you like that back, sir? Cha-ching. Very good, sir. Here you go.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, I actually do like this album. I never listened to Alter Bridge before.
Really?
I've only heard that one song, like Lou was mentioning, with
Metalingus.
Wrestler Edge. Yep. And I never really cared for that song. I really
what?
I didn't really like that song. I still don't.
Straight to jail.
Yeah. Why it's not that good?
Do not pass go.
Really not that good. I liked when he used the Rob Zombie song. That was better. But this album is really good. I think it was better.
No.
But you know, I'm listening to this album. I'm like, who the hell does this sound like? Because
Creed.
Like, no, it doesn't. It sounds like Anthrax.
What?
Watch.
If you listen to the newer Anthrax albums, this is what Anthrax sounds like now.
Yeah,
no.
Anthrax album from like 10 years ago because those lazy fucks haven't made anything.
I mean, it's not thrash. I'm just talking about the overall sound, like the guitar sound, the drum sound, even like the way the vocals sound. It sounds like newer Anthrax.
It's funny you mentioned that because there was the one riff that he reminded me a little bit of Check My Brain from Alice in Chains because he was doing some bending on it.
Yeah, there was some Alice in Chains on there too as well.
It was even maybe a little Meshuggah on there. Some Genty types. You wouldn't know Meshuggah anyways. But,
but as an overall sound, I heard it's very. I know Anthrax has got this sound now, and now I know where they got it from. They must want to sound like Alter Bridge. So you've accomplished your mission there, Anthrax.
Great. First they tried to steal Dimebag's tone. Now they're trying to steal Mark Tremonti. Scott Ian, ain't nothing original about you.
But hey,
and pay John Dunai more.
It's a good sound. I like how the drums sound. I like how the guitar sound. I like how everything sounds really good on this album. And I'm not too tired of hearing this stuff because I honestly don't listen to this type of music at all, if often, you know. So it's kind of like new to me in a way. But I really enjoyed it. I didn't like hearing like two like power ballad songs on one album because it's an hour long, this album, which is kind of long at this point in time because now everybody's kind of switching back to like 45 minute albums. So it's a
Which I
little
think
bit on
is
the
the
longer
perfect
side.
length of an album is 45
Yeah,
minutes.
because there's 17 songs on here. Like, do I want to sit here through 17 songs?
Hang by a Thread was actually, I thought, a really good power ballad. And I'm sorry, Playing Aces, that's the one that I meant. That was my favorite track on the album.
That's what I said. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and to piggyback on what you were saying before, Manny. Yeah, I mean, when Alter Bridge, when they go on tour with, like, I think they just went on tour last year with Seven Dust and Mammoth, and my buddy Jay Crawford was at that show, and he said all three bands were amazing. Mammoth opened, and then Seven Dust was direct support for Alter Bridge, and I'm like, that's kind of weird because, like, is that Art the Clown? Hey, Art. What did I do, Wayne? Aside from breathe and live, what else did I do?
You don't have to do much for Art the Clown. He just kills you.
Okay, yeah. Please, Art, I'm begging you, come over. Forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so he said it was an amazing show. That's it. Moving right along.
Yeah, thanks for interrupting me for that. So some good songs on here. I like the whole entire album. I think it's very good. But Silent Divide, what the hell? Rue the Day. Yeah, I spelled it wrong on here.
Yeah, you'll rue the day you mess with me, Wayne Noon.
Power Down's really cool. Trust in Me is really good, and Disregarded is really good. But I think the whole album is really good. Like I said, I like the sound of it and everything. So I might be an Alter Bridge fan now.
Wayne likes dad rock.
Yeah.
This ain't dad rock. Come on.
Who cares? I'm making fun of
that. Kind of is.
You're making fun. You know, be funnier, Lou.
Fine. You're ugly too. Anyways, I mean.
Well, that's just facts.
You know, I love you, buddy.
No, I never paid too much attention to Miles Kennedy either, and he's a really good singer. He could have replaced. He sounds like a mix between Jorn Landy and somebody else I can't think of, but he would have been a really good replacement for him in Master Plan. It wouldn't work anyway, but I'm just saying he does have a really good voice.
You do know that when Led Zeppelin did that reunion show, however long ago it was, they were going to continue, probably not as Led Zeppelin, but they auditioned Miles Kennedy, it was Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones, and Jason Bonham.
He doesn't have a Led Zeppelin voice.
Really?
Well,
wow. Okay. I
don't know. He could sing really high, dude.
Nah, he can sing high all he wants, but he doesn't have the Robert Plant voice. He doesn't have the
he gets compared to Chris Cornell a lot too.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that too, but Chris Cornell was a very powerful singer. I mean, that guy. So, I mean, so is Miles Kennedy, but and I see what you're saying about Robert Plant compared to Miles Kennedy. I agree with you, Wade. I mean, there's a reason there's only one Robert Plant, but yeah.
The only person I've ever heard come close to Robert Plant, and I know a lot of people hate the band, but Greta Van Fleet, that kid in Greta Van Fleet is.
I think Greta Van Fleet
I don't hate them anymore.
And I agree.
I don't hate them anymore.
You can't.
I actually played them. I just filled in on guitar for the Damn Good Time band on Friday in Massapequa, which, by the way, now I'm a member, and the show went too good. It was nice to see women in the crowd for once. So, eye candy tastes looks good. Not sure how it tastes, but it does look good. Anyway, wow. Anywho,
Lou, well, you're married, but I'd be.
Yeah, I'm dead to the world, but
anymore, but
yeah, I would be.
What do you mean you're not anymore?
Not anymore after what you just said.
Yeah, no. Hey, she says when I stop looking, then she'll worry. Just don't touch. But we actually played Highway Tune, and I got to admit, it's a damn good song.
It is. They have some really good songs. People
I take back
don't like how they sound because the whole Led Zeppelin thing. But I think that's just you being an idiot.
I think that the first album, yeah, but I think after that they have found their own sound somewhat.
To me, it sounds the same, but
I mean,
a little bit.
It's less obnoxious, a lot less obnoxious than Kingdom Comes flat out Led Zeppelin idolatry.
Yeah,
I agree, but I love that fucking album. Get it on.
All right. You can let go. You want.
No, I mean, yeah, it's a complete ripoff, and it's wonderful. Like Rhino Bucket used to rip off AC/DC, and I love that.
Yeah,
that's another band I'm listening to a lot too, and like I've been going deep cut God
What?
damn, they were good. I
What,
mean,
Rhino Bucket?
no, AC/DC with Bond. I mean,
Wow.
it's just
What Bond? Dude,
I,
I've been telling you Bond ruled for like centuries now.
no, and I knew that, but it's like I'm listening more to like the deep cuts from the Bond era, and like I even downloaded the box set compilation of like a lot of missing material from the Bond era, not Bonfire, the other one, and it's really good. But I'm sorry, we're talking about Alter Bridge.
Yeah. Well, what
Oh,
do you
I think
think
we're
should?
done with.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
done too. What do you think people should go out and check this new Alter Bridge album out, or are they just going to really be disappointed with it?
Well,
I think if you like Alter Bridge, or if you're maybe new to Alter Bridge and never heard them, I say check it out because I'm not a fan and I actually enjoyed it. So you might too. So I would say check it out.
if it's your first time listening to Alter Bridge, I would say check this album out because it's their most recent one. But then do yourself a favor, go back and check out One Day Remains.
Yeah, I'll say check it out. Yeah, but their best stuff is definitely the earlier stuff.
And who knows,
Yeah.
maybe the next album after this will blow all that stuff away, I mean,
Yeah,
that's what
funny.
you hope from the band you like. You
It's
hope,
funny, I was-
okay,
It was-
they have a. I'm not done yet.
it doesn't matter.
Oh, fuck it.
I was telling
Well, we
Stan.
have like we can wait. Well, that'll be another 7 years, Lou. While we wait for the next Ultra Bridge. Anyway,
Yeah.
But not for the next Severed Angel. Shameless plug.
No, there'll be one every year. But like I was telling Stan, I bought a whole bunch of CDs from a yard sale last year, and there was a couple Alter Bridge CDs in there. And since I really didn't give a shit, I just sold them on eBay. And now that I like them, I probably should have kept them. But you can find those all over the place. For like a
Yeah.
Shop
dollar.
prematurely.
Yeah, they're not hard to find. All right, Alter Bridge is over. Now it's on to Megadeth. This is apparently it's their last album. I just got this today in the mail. This is the version that came with a liquid vinyl. I never got one of these before because every time I hear about these liquid vinyls, they like dry up. But apparently the new liquids that they put in these are not supposed to really dry up. So I'm hoping that I don't look in this maybe like 5 years from now and there's nothing in it.
Is that Dave's blood in there?
I think that's semen. But also
It's not load.
oh,
Makes sense.
wait,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If the liquid dries, does that affect the grooves?
No, it's inside the record. So
so then okay.
it'll just be dried up.
Mm.
But it's
Yeah, I
like
don't
pointless,
want that.
you know.
Yeah, I don't want that shit. I just want the fucking.
I
anyway.
wanted something cool. It's the last Megadeth album, supposedly. So I wanted something cool, you know. And I thought it was supposed to be
studio.
at least the last studio one.
Yeah, but
he's already talked about making a solo album now, so I think it's just gonna be another Megadeth album.
That's what I'm saying.
to
It's
be
been a
honest.
solo album ever since he started coming out with The World Needs a Hero afterwards. Anything
Okay,
afterwards.
let's just be honest. It's always been a solo project. All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
Not
pretty
not
much.
true because we accepted Dave as an equal member, Dave Jr.
Maybe in the press he did, but I don't think he did.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't there a bank accountant.
I don't know, but
Well,
I
I'm
thought
sure
it was
you
supposed
got
to be. I thought it was supposed to be two liquid vinyls, but actually, apparently, the other vinyl was a like a sunburst splatter thing. So, still cool anyway. I like it. But on this one, unfortunately, they don't have the bonus track that the Target has that Manny has. I'm going to go get that tomorrow. This
Yeah,
just
there's
has the
two
Ride the
bonus
Lightning.
tracks.
There's two bonus tracks. There's a digital bonus track. I can't remember the name of that one, but the Target one is Bloodlust, right?
Bloodlust, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to get that tomorrow. But I got this one for now.
Ride the Lightning bonus track because it's
Ride the Lightning. I thought that was the bonus track, but apparently there's two other ones. So
yeah, it's Bloodlust and Ride the Lightning. I didn't know about the digital because I don't download jack shit. So
yeah. I think no one's hero. I think is the other bonus track.
no.
But anyway, who wants to go first? Lou, you go first. Go ahead.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
Lou.
All right, Manny.
No. It's
Good night, everyone.
it's hard to put this into words because I only like the second half of the album. That first half was so hard to get through. I mean, the opening track was great until that final part, where it sounded very like nursery rhymey, and I was not digging it at all. Tipping point. And I don't care. I don't like it. I just don't. to quote Chris Evans, Captain America, I don't like it. It's again, it's very nursery rhymey. And look, I've always appreciated Dave Mustaine's talent and his snarkiness when it comes to his lyrical and vocal approach. But it's almost like he's taking the piss out of this. Another bad day. I think from Made to Kill onwards, I think the album is top notch and can hold up with past Megadeth glory. So, and Timu is a great lead guitar player, by the way. I got to give him that. But I guess the track that we all, must talk about
Timu.
because the world was like, what? When it was announced.
Did he get a discount getting Timu in the band?
Yeah, it was a fire sale. Ride the Lightning, originally recorded from Metallica's 1984 Ride the Lightning, with Dave Mustaine as a co-writer. Could you have made Metallica sound any more boring?
Wow, there's no difference in between this and that version at all.
Are you tone deaf?
What? It's a what?
No,
The
I
Metallica
agree.
version.
I don't.
The Metallica version is 10 times better in terms of.
Of course it is, but
Well, yeah,
it's not terrible.
Given, Lou, but it's not terrible. I like Dave Mustaine's lead part at the end. The coda where I like that. It sounds like Dave Mustaine.
I'm not.
It was a totally unnecessary cover. Truthfully,
It was a cash grab.
It's called it's a novelty. It's what it is. It's a novelty.
It's a cash grab. Let's face it. Let's call it what it is.
But he wrote the song. He wanted to do it. It's like, why not?
Well, he wrote parts of it, yeah. So
I mean, he could have picked other songs that he wrote, but he picked that one. I mean, I don't know. What's the difference?
well, he's done it in the past because Mechanics is
Yeah, he already did that. So right.
yeah.
So it's not like he's never done it before.
I get that, but I just don't know
And
if
actually,
Ride the
Mechanics
Lightning
is better than Four Horsemen.
I disagree with that statement.
No, I don't know. I like them both. I like them both because it's the same fucking song. Anyway.
Well, yeah, but one's about a mechanic who's getting laid to pay for his lifestyle, and I like
who can't relate
5
to
times
that?
the speed of Four
Who
Horsemen.
can't relate to that?
not an auto mechanic. Anyway,
Well, I'm not a mechanic either, but I can relate to the subject matter.
That's not true. I heard you knew about the dipstick very well, Manny.
Well, once or twice.
Stick with your dipstick, Jimmy.
But
no, but I mean, I didn't hate it. It was just, I guess I just expected more, and look, I mean, Wayne, Stan, we're seeing them live opening for Maiden this summer. I'm sure they'll play select songs from this album. I'll give them a chance live. If I like the way they come off live, definitely.
What are you gonna do? Leave?
Bathroom break, Modelo, beer, hot dog. I don't know. I don't feel like paying $20 for a hot dog. Who am I kidding?
You can't eat a hot dog at a metal show, dude.
But $16 from a Modelo tall boy.
Why not?
If I'm hungry,
because that's not metal.
What else? I don't know.
I'm sorry. Let me have a virgin's blood on lamb's heart. There, okay, not cooked.
There, that's better. Or you have a couple of tall boys, a beer, a chick, and that's rock and roll.
The tall boys, I agree. God, this does not sound right having this conversation.
Tall boys and hot dogs.
Hi, tall boys. How you doing?
Yeah, it totally turned into a gay pride parade.
Heavens to Murgatroyd. Where's my husband Fang? Anyways, no, anyways, last half of the album, worthy of Megadeth. Ride the Lightning cover, I could take it or leave it. But the band sounds great, though. I will say this. Very tight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they sound like they're there just to get the album over with and done with. Manny.
As it sounded like for the last 20 years.
I actually... See, I knew you hypocritical bastards would not like it as much, but I love it. I thought it was great. I thought it had hooks. and I thought it was memorable. I love the last few Megadeth albums, but those weren't very memorable. They were good, but once they took them off the table, I didn't think about them too much, But this one I think is hooky. It's a mix between their more commercial stuff and their classic period, while not sounding like either one. But it's definitely a hooky album. Lyrically, I think he's trying to have it both ways. At one, he's kind of commenting what's going on out there right now, and at the same time, he's also having songs like what is it called? Shred. What's that?
Let There Be Shred.
Yeah, well, he's just basically not even a throwback to Megadeth's own career, but a throwback to an era when you had anthems. Megadeth was never known for writing anthems. They didn't have I want to rock and roll or whatever bullshit people were writing back then. That's not their style. It's definitely lyrically probably the least personal album of their career, other than the last note, which I think is very, looking inward.
Yeah.
But yeah, musically, I think it's great. The guitar players are amazing. Well, the guitar player is amazing. I did notice that Mustaine takes more solos than he usually does in previous albums on this one. Takes the majority of them, but the musicianship is great. I think the songwriting is the best he's done in a long time. It's too bad rock radio doesn't support new music by older artists, because I think they'd be all over this album, in my opinion. And I think it's a Megadeth album for fans that don't particularly care for the style of music in some ways, So, but I thought it was great. I thought it was a nice balance between two ends of their career, and it's a nice way to end the album. Now, granted, I've listened to it once. I may feel different, in a few months. I may even rank it higher, but I think it's a good album, and I think it's if you're going to call it a career on your studio work, I think it's a nice way to go. One last thing, I'm glad a band like Megadeth is still recording and Deep Purple and things, because I think being creative is the lifeblood of being a musician, and I think that's what sucks about bands that I love like Kiss or AC/DC taking 10 years, because I think they still have it in them to create new music. Unfortunately, the fan base only wants to hear the classics. There's not much you can do about that, So I think actually Creed, that we brought up earlier, is already in that phase of their career where they're a legacy band, which is a little strange.
Yeah, they only have 4 studio albums to their name.
Yeah, and if they record another one and they toured it, the album would probably do okay, but their audience only wants to hear the classics. I don't understand that. That is not just hard rock fans. It's all fans of all these older bands. I don't get that. Yeah.
I mean, you take an album like Back in Black, it's almost platinum 4 times over. And then Power Up only sells, I think it was either Power Up or Rock or Bust, only went gold in the United States.
Yeah.
The math don't math.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But
unless, let's see, subtract 500,000 from 4 million, 350,000 people are dead. Sorry, 3,500,000 people are dead. I don't know.
Well, that Back in Black has sold 40 something million in the United States.
I still can't do math. Shit.
No. I mean, I'm just, but I'm just saying, I don't know worldwide what that thing is sold, but it's a ridiculous number, whatever it is. But or maybe it's 45 million worldwide. I'm not sure, Lou.
Second highest selling original album still after Michael Jackson's Thriller.
What's the sales at? Is that worldwide?
Worldwide, yeah.
And what's the sales at worldwide?
45 million.
Wow. See, that's incredible. There's 45. Of course, some of that accounts for someone like me who's rebought it on CD, whatever. But still, I don't know, man. I just think it's cool that they've recorded new music, and I wish more bands would do that. I also get why fans don't want to do it. Like, fans either will shit on it or they don't want to hear the new songs. When I saw Metallica, I think they did 2 or 3 songs off the newest album, but And ACDC, that was, I think ACDC did one or two. I mean, it's kind of crazy the way. I don't know. I Stan, what is your take on Megadeth's new album? Did Stan die?
So
Is
I was
Stan
actually
dead?
pleasantly. No, I'm still here.
All right, thank God.
I was pleasantly surprised, and it kind
Are
of
you a fan of
it's
Megadeth though? Do you really like
not
Megadeth at
really.
all?
I mean, like I like a few songs and stuff like that. Yeah, but I was never really big into them. This album kind of reminded me of Euthanasia a little bit
Mm.
in spirit. It just had
I can
something
see
about
it.
it. Um, like Dave, I guess due to his like physical limitations, like his vocals are just really flat. Like he's got this like very battle worn quality to his voice,
Yeah.
but he obviously can't do. He never could do a lot, and now he just can't. He can hardly do anything, because he's just very, I don't know, restrained. If
Mm.
that's the right word. So the vocals are just, not that great, obviously. Um, the solo work is like I feel like that saves the album for me. Like I mean, that's just like the cherry on top, the icing on the cake, whatever you want to call it. Like it's just the Timo, that guy, he's phenomenal. The solos, the lead work is fantastic on this album.
What band did he come from
I
again?
Winter Sun.
Okay.
I never heard. I've only heard the name, never heard their music. But go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's I think Dave knew writing this album that this was going to be the last album because like there's this attempt, this conscious attempt to write something that's really memorable. And you could tell cuz like the guitar work, the solos are like super melodic and a lot of the chorus melodies are almost like poppy. And I'm not saying that as a point of criticism, but like it's just very like catchy, like like almost every most of the songs have like these like very catchy, almost pop like chorus melodies. And I think it's just Davis' attempt at just, trying to throw everything he has into this album. His last because this is his last, you know, last album for Megadeth, and he just wants to everything that Megadeth is known for. He wants to make sure it's present here. He just wants to make sure that it sticks in people's heads. It stays in people's heads. And but my big issue with this is just like the Alter Bridge album. It's just the production. See, I think the songs want to sound more aggressive than they actually do, and I think the production is just too polished because there's this like you can hear the aggression in the songs and but they don't sound as energetic as they should because the production and the mixing is just kind of like keeping them, I don't know, it's holding him back a little bit. Like I kind of feel like if they went for a more raw sound, it will sound so much better. Like the songs will sound more alive. But here it's just like I don't know, like it just feels a little more
Everything
subdued.
sounds
Like
very mechanical.
yeah, well, I was gonna say like it's very like overly polished,
Yeah.
and if it, I don't know, like
Too perfect sounding.
yeah, and I don't know, man. Like I feel like if the songs had if they used the same if the production as let's say on Peace Cells or something or Rust in Peace, whatever, the songs would just have new life to them. Like they would sound the way they're meant to because these are like heavy thrashy tunes like but they just kind of like it's almost like like they're itching to just break out, but they can't because like the production just won't allow 'em, you know. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
I kind of
it just
understand a little bit, yeah.
um
But you know,
but
the way
again,
he went back and remixed his whole entire catalog to sound like shit. So
yeah, it
Oh
makes
yeah. Give me the original
Yeah,
versions of those Megadeth albums over those remasters any day.
yeah, same. I bought a couple of those remasters recently, really cheap, because they had extra tracks on it, which and that's why I bought them. I didn't mind them, but if I didn't hear the originals, I would have.
you would have never
Yeah,
known.
yeah.
so
I mean, the originals.
they sound like the new album, like in that
Not
kind
so
of
much like the new album,
style.
but they're just more cleaner.
Yeah, just a little cleaner. Like this, the sound of this new album is actually cleaner compared to the last couple albums that Megadeth had done. Granted, it's a different lineup, and artistically, he was going for something else. But I have to agree with you. I think it's. I can hear the euthanasia. The more, it's definitely not Risk. I can hear that he's trying to do that. He can't go back to the old stock. Chris Poland is a unique guitar player, and Gar Samson, what was his name?
Samuelson.
Samuelson.
Thank you. That guy was a phenomenal drummer, and I hate saying that because anyone somebody dies, suddenly they become this godlike figure, and that's
he definitely was.
yeah, he was, and so he can't really capture that. Not only that, he's not 20 years old anymore, but those albums that he did the last few, I think he's trying to alter bridge between those albums and euthanasia is what I think. He's really trying to. So yeah, I totally agree with your assessment. I don't agree with the vocal part. I think vocally he sounds fine. I guess I shouldn't be surprised how many solos he took. And I'm glad he let the new guys stretch out because he did let them take. But Mustaine took a lot
Yeah,
of
he's
solos.
really good.
Yeah, because Mustaine took a lot of solos, and he's got arthritis. That's the real reason they're calling it a day. It's not. Um, it's not like he wants to retire into the sunset. I mean, financially, he could. It's really why.
And maybe I'll give him more time on the next album.
Maybe. I mean, as far as recording a solo album, that's kind of silly. I mean, what was the one album that was supposed to be a solo album? It turned into
MD45. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like you guys mentioned, like how the remasters were, or the remixed albums were like more cleaner and stuff. The thing is, when you're making when you're playing a style like this, you don't want it to sound clean. Like this is thrash metal. Like you want some of that raw primal aggression. You don't want things to sound too polished up and too Hollywood here. It's just, and I feel like if they went a different route, and with this album, it would have sounded a lot better. Like the songs would be given justice because they want to sound, aggressive. They want to sound like that, like energetic and stuff. But they just, again, there's too much restraint from a production standpoint.
Well, every band sounds like this now, though. They're all polished. No, the only band, like there's new bands like
Andy
like
Sneap.
Castle, like he's even more polished.
Yeah, but
it?
he gives those albums a punch, whether they're polished or not. I mean,
Who sounds more polished?
Right.
No, Andy Sneap gives those albums. He gives those out. Didn't he produce Judas Priest Firepower, Lou?
Well, Tom Allen was a co-producer on it.
Oh,
their original
right.
producer.
That's right. You're right.
That's why I was saying, sonic wise and music wise, I think it rates with their classic material. But I gotta be honest. I mean, I got into Megadeth around the Mustaine Menza era. So the albums from Rust in Peace to Cryptic Writings, those albums have a special place in my heart for me. Not taking anything away from the musicians been in Megadeth, and especially not taking anything away from the albums they did with Gar and Chris Poland. But for me, it's like after Cryptic Writings, fell out of favor, and I got back into them around the time The System Has Failed came out. To me, that's like the last perfect Megadeth album for me. I'm sure many other people disagree with that. Greg will probably hear that and be like, boy, what the fuck is wrong with you? Which he's completely entitled to feel that way. But to me, it's like everything they've done after that wasn't as good as that. And I'm glad that at least on this album, there's 50% of the album that I like, you know?
I think this album's going to grow on you, Luke. That's my feeling. I think it's going to grow.
It could. Listen, I've been wrong about albums in the past. I hated Chameleon from Halloween and when I first heard it, and now I absolutely love that album. I think it's some of their best work. So I'm willing to admit that. Even Slang from Def Leppard, I didn't like when I first heard it, but now I'm like, you know what? It was a worthy experiment. It was a good attempt at them trying to be more than the Pour Some Sugar on Me band.
And I agree with you on Slang. I like that album, well, except for the title track. They can stick that song up their ass.
Bad.
But
yeah, Stan, what you done?
You don't want to get soaking wet.
I'm gonna finish my thought here. So so I just feel like they could have got to handle the production and mixing a little better, give the songs a little more life. I have no idea what the motive was for covering Ride the Lightning. Like in my opinion, there's no point in doing a cover if it's going to be the same note for note, same arrangement. I just don't get it. I mean, this should have been the exclusive bonus track for Target or something like that. Bloodlust should have been on the album.
Isn't it?
No, it's on every album.
No,
it's on iTunes.
Oh, okay.
It's the bonus track for every version of it.
Okay.
The songs are the exclusive.
Yeah, Bloodlust is a better song that has great solo work. Like that should replace Ride the Lightning. Like they did nothing new for the cover. I mean, like it just sounded a little neutered. I don't know. I didn't get. I listened to it once and I didn't need to go back to it again.
Supposedly, isn't this the first song that he used the spider chord on? Stan?
I have no fucking idea.
I don't know. I never heard that either, Lou. But
I think Mustaine claimed that, but I apologize. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Lou, how would he remember? He was freaking drunk like the whole time.
He was drunk throughout the entire 80s.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Stan, continue.
Well, so I like the songs. I like the solos. I like the chorus melodies. I appreciate the catchy, almost pop-like quality to them. Again, Dave was just trying to make it as memorable as possible. A lot of earworms. I just think they could have. I just think the album could have been a little better.
Who's got earworms?
Oh,
yep.
I think the album could have been better. If it was mixed, like the old records were or something like that.
Never
just
gonna
give
happen.
it more raw energy.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, well, whatever. So
nobody goes for raw
all I gotta
anymore,
say
unfortunately.
All right, for me, let's get this over with. I'm like in between. I like the album, but then again, it's like, am I ever going to listen to this again? Maybe not. I've been listening to this since it's been out. Actually, a week before it's been out because I got an advanced copy. So I'm used to the album by now. I do like the songs that they
advanced.
Yeah, don't tell anybody. They got leaked, so everybody was getting it. I like the song "Tipping Point." I think it's pretty cool. I mean, there's more. There could have been more. Like, there's a part in there where the song slowed down or whatever towards the end, and I thought, all right, now we're gonna get something cool, but nothing cool happened. I'm expecting like this double bass drum thing to come on, something like, like the early albums where they just start going crazy, but nothing happened. It was just a continuation of the song, so it kind of let me down. Let There Be Shredded is okay. It's pretty cool. Then they got Puppet Parade, where he's singing like Stan said with the melodies and the choruses and stuff. They don't do that too often, so I thought that was kind of cool. And Another Bad Day. It's just not much going on that song, but I like it because it's a repetitive chorus. and it's kind of catchy. So I thought that was pretty cool. But as far as the rest of the album goes, I'm just like, there's nothing here that makes me want to like come back and hear this again. You know, it's like it's not like the other albums, like you guys are talking about the solos being memorable and stuff. I don't remember any of this stuff. I don't think nothing is as catchy as I would have got from older albums. Like Dystopia, the album Dystopia, I thought that was awesome. If they would have ended on that album, I would have been happy, because to me, that sounded like not Rust in Peace, like Peace Cells, almost like Killing Is My Business in a way, where there was just so much progressiveness and a lot of double bass and stuff going on. There's none of that on here. Everything is it's just rock. It's just hard rock. There's no thrash. I don't know where you get thrash from.
It's a mixing issue. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
It's not a mixing issue. This is like a hard rock punk album, and that's it. There's no thrash on this album at all. And
it felt more MD45 than Megadeth, especially with a track like I Don't Care.
Yeah, especially that track, man. It's just like it's okay, it's cool, but it's just like, and the lyrics
like
are so stupid. It's Anthraxy, but it's not as good. And the lyrics are just not well thought out, like usual Megadeth albums are. I mean, he's very, I wouldn't say poetic or anything, but he has a certain way of writing lyrics, and they're usually very good and well thought out. This one's just like a 16-year-old wrote them.
Exactly. Thank you. That's what I wanted to say, but I was afraid to say that. I mean, it's like, did Dave switch bodies with his 16-year-old self and decide, hey, you write lyrics?
Yeah,
I expected
seems
more.
very dumbed down, too dumbed down for Megadeth.
I don't know if it was dumbed down, but I pointed out that the lyrics were less personal than they have been in the past, and for sure, other than the last song, the last note, I think that was very powerful. But
right, yeah, because he's kind of like reflecting on the things that he's done or whatever.
But the album, even the political points he's making aren't that unique.
They're not unique, yeah, right, and they're not as powerful as they were in the past. It's just like it goes in one ear and out the other. Like before, you would like remember these things, and this one is just like this album almost feels like it's an obligation for them to do for their label, and then they're going to come back again in like another 2 years on another record label and do a better album.
I don't know. I think that because of his health issues, I think that's it. I don't think he's the kind of guy that would just announce a farewell tour to announce it.
He said the farewell tour is going to last forever. So
we're seeing it.
Well, I think that's also a man hedging his bets, if you get what I mean. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't
hate the album.
Can't stop.
I don't hate the album. I wouldn't say, if you're a Megadeth fan, listen to it, but I know this album, everybody's like torn on this album, and I've even seen people saying, oh, they liked it at first, but then when they went back to the second or third listen, it's like, I don't really know if I like it as much anymore, because there's really nothing to like, oh my god, nothing like Peace Cells or anything that you want to go back and hear that solo or that breakdown that they do in the middle of the song, and there's just nothing special on this at all anywhere, to be honest.
I think other than lyrically, I think it's going to hold up better than a lot of people think.
This is like in one ear and out the other.
See,
that's my opinion, but I think
you only listened to it once.
Yeah, go ahead.
see, Wayne, part of me
you're right. I have only listened.
Yeah, I think you're gonna feel different in about another couple of weeks.
See, Wayne, part of me kind of feels like, because for the last 4 years, we've been writing Severed Angel material, and we've already completed 5 albums that sound completely different from each other, and they sound fresh. And one of the things I love about Alex, other than his personality and his talent, is his way of making things sound raw and polished. But part of me wonders, because we've been in the process of songwriting, has it made it more difficult for me to appreciate what other bands are doing? Like, am I becoming a Michael Schenker, where it's like, I don't want to consume new things because I feel like it doesn't hold up with what I'm doing? Like, am I that with my head so far on my ass right now?
No, especially not with this. They had so many albums, and then they come out with this plain album. This isn't a Megadeth album.
I mean, even the cover, I'm just like,
I
you
like the cover.
know,
I think the cover's cool. The
I like
artwork's
the
cool
cover. I
inside.
think the cover's cool.
Yeah, there's a
No.
lot of different artwork inside too. It's kind of cool looking.
well, I wonder if he went white to go opposite of the Black Album. I don't know.
Could be. But no, Lou, I don't think that's the case. I mean,
Yeah.
you appreciate Bon Scott era of AC/DC, and you know, so and
But that's the thing. It's like Megadeth. They're always doing like these weird time signatures and just really awesome guitar solos. Things are memorable in Megadeth, and you just don't get that here. And that's what I really wanted to hear. I wanted to hear like them go all out. There should have been like the best Megadeth out. Well, as good as they could have been in 2026.
Like what I was really hoping was, I kind of wish that this album would have been as special for me as like the era of Rust in Peace and Countdown and Euthanasia.
And that's why I think most people hope if it could have been that good,
God, you can't
fine.
compete with your
But
you
you
can't
can't.
compete with
It's
your
hard.
youth, you know.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I mean-
it's not that, but it's just, they knew that they had 3 albums worth of prime material. And I always say, well, if you want your next album to be better than your last album, then you should always try to outdo yourself, not settle. I'm not saying Dave Mustaine, I could only think that after 50 years of guitar playing that he could have only gotten better as a player and as a songwriter. I hear that only in the last half of this album. But again, that's just just how I feel about it.
Yeah, and I get that, but I think you have to judge an artist where they're at this point in their time in their life. And no, I don't think you're getting that way because you write songs. You know what it takes to write a song. So you know what, you have an appreciation for it. That certainly doesn't make you less appreciate. Just because you don't enjoy something doesn't mean you look down on it. It's just maybe not enjoying it now, or maybe
No,
I
don't look down on it at all.
Yeah, not maybe at this point in time, it's not hitting you right. Who knows? Or maybe maybe you'll never think it's a great album.
But
Either way, I don't agree with your own thinking about your judgment of music or someone else's music.
Yeah, like I don't want to ruin the experience of this album for anyone who loves Megadeth or who wants to listen to it. By all means, go ahead. I'm just only speaking, from my opinion as a fan of theirs of the last 30 years. My God, 30 years.
Fan of his,
Yeah, but a lot of people are agreeing.
I again, for me, it's like if it wasn't for Friedman, I don't think I would have been listening. Because I knew of Friedman from Cacophony before I knew he even was in Megadeth.
Well, I'm in the minority in the opinion out there in the internet world because I actually like the album a lot, and most people feel like you guys do, mixed feelings. But your opinion is as valid as anyone else's. We're all fans. So it's not like.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited that we get to see Megadeth open for Maiden this summer. More excited for Megadeth than Anthrax. I will be completely honest.
I like the Anthrax.
I like the Anthrax with John Bush.
I do too, and we're in a minority. I like Joey Belladonna, and I thought the last one was good, but this new album. Okay, there's a big difference between Megadeth and Anthrax. Megadeth will put out the album. They won't talk about it for 5 fucking years, and we're almost done. We're almost done. We're almost done. Yeah, it's bullshit.
I mean, that's Anthrax.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the way, I put up a poll. Do you like the new Megadeth album? Yes, 67%, and no, 33%.
I'm the 33%, Wayne. Sorry.
I'm at the other end, and I'm guessing, Stan, you're right in the middle.
With the Alter Bridge, I'm giving that a 5 out of 10. The Megadeth, I'm going to give it a 7.
All right, it's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't done any ratings in a long time. I'll give the Megadeth a 6. And I'm not saying anything bad about the musicians because the musicians are good. It's just a lackluster album. It is what it is.
Drums should have been louder.
Oh yeah, they should have been way louder than they already are.
I actually like the mix of the drums. You guys did it?
A tad bit lower. Tad bit lower.
Yeah. And I do want to give some credit to the rhythm section. Dirk and James are really, really good. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing Dirk for the first time with Megadeth this summer. And James, did I ever tell you my James Lomenzo story?
I don't think so.
Okay, so at the time, James was the bassist in Megadeth.
Do we have time for it?
Yeah, it's real quick.
No, sure.
I think between 2006 and 2008. So I think he was the last bassist before Junior rejoined the band. So my brother-in-law got me we got backstage tickets to get stuff signed by Megadeth before the concert. And I told James Lomenzo, dude, I've been a fan of yours since I first heard White Lion. And he's looking at me. At the time I was like 27. He's like, aren't you too young to remember White Lion? I'm like, no, man, I had an older brother. He had the Pride cassette and he had Main Attraction and he had Big Game. And well, you weren't on Fight to Survive, but I mean, he had all your stuff. So I listened to it and I love it. And he's like, that's pretty cool. And he was very appreciative and very kind and humble. But if you think about it, James is great. He's been in White Lion, he's been in Megadeth. I think he's been in Ozzy. He's been in Black Label Society.
Yeah.
He's a well-rounded musician.
Didn't he play with Alice for a while?
Don't know about that, but I think he might have played with Ozzy at one point. I could be wrong about that, but
okay. Well, if nothing else, I got my Allison.
You got your Allison.
It's the second time you got your Allison. By the way, congratulations, Nita Strauss, on your pregnancy. Hope it's a healthy baby, and may your first child be a masculine one.
Maybe she'll name it Alice.
Don Corleone. I am very proud to be. No, sorry.
Maybe
Continue.
she'll name the baby Alice.
If it's a boy, that would be wonderful.
It would be wonderful. But
great.
Well, guys, as always, thank you. It's been a lot of fun, man.
Yeah,
have fun at the bar.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, go check out the Megadeth album and go check out that Alter Bridge album too. And let us know what you think in the comments below. Even if you don't like it, if you like it, whatever.
And Manny, hope you have fun with Whole Lot of Rosie tonight.
And next week we're gonna do a band called Spider God. They have a new album out. A lot of people probably haven't heard of them. But
we're not doing Queensryche next week?
The week after.
Just did 6 albums in a row, dude.
I listed what we were doing in our group chat.
I don't pay attention.
No one fucking pays attention.
I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna erase the group chat, all of them, and then we just show up here whenever you want.
Bro, you don't understand. Everyone talks so much in the freaking group chat that things get lost.
There's 3. There's a links chat, our regular chat, and a chat that has ideas only.
Do you think I could keep up with that at my age? My God.
I'm surprised you can keep anything up at your age. But on that note, let's get out of here.
Man. That's why I'm Stan's girlfriend, man. No chicks, man, because things just.
All right, everybody. We will see you guys next week.
All right, man.
Nanu.
All right. Later, guys.
Chiwi.